What's up everyone? In this video I'll be showing you all the results of the championship round. At this point 3 members of my server had managed to get to the finals and we were hoping to wait as long as possible to fight each other. So my first match was against Blazed420 of server 85. This was a fairly tough battle because at the time he actually had more overall power than me. So first I set my Zangetsu against his Yamamoto in the hopes of getting rid of it before my Ulquiorra comes out, because Yamamoto has that advantage with his mastery skill. Zangetsu did manage to pull it off and managed to take out his Yamamoto. But unfortunately, he fell pretty quickly against his Ichigo. So when Ulquiorra came out, at first he was having some difficulty with how tanky Ichigo was, but he was able to beat him and make steady progress against Byakuya before, unfortunately, getting taken out as well. Thankfully, my Byakuya was there to pull up the slack and finish the job, winning me the first round. As for the second round, we had Aizen versus Aizen off the start, and our Aizens were actually fairly even in damage output. Thanks to my higher initiative, I was able to pull off the win. Zangetsu actually managed to finish off my Aizen pretty quickly, leaving my Ichigo to have to follow up and finish off his Zangetsu. Ichigo under normal circumstances would likely lose against the Zangetsu, but in this case he was lucky to actually pull it off. After Ichigo unfortunately fell to Kenpachi, which wasn't too unpredictable due to the lack of power in Ichigo, my Yamamoto was able to finish the job and win me the second round. As for the third round, White Ichigo is slightly better than Ichigo in this game mode, but still lacks in comparison to other UR characters and quickly falls to my Kenpachi. Shinji, also another UR character that really struggles to live up to the UR rarity name. He was also beaten down by Kenpachi. This is a great demonstration of the perks to Mayuri. His paralyzation of my Kenpachi, having to use his second life, managed to take out my Kenpachi. My White Ichigo was thankfully able to finish the job and win me the third round as well. For my next match, I was up against Asano Kanji. He's the current captain of my squad on my server, and for the first round, it was my Zangetsu versus his Zangetsu. Zangetsu is a pretty strong character in 1v1 situations. His rage skill, leeching off their rage, causes a lot of issues for Ulquiorra, so I had to do the Zangetsu versus Zangetsu so that my Ulquiorra could better perform afterwards. And though his Zangetsu put up a fight, despite my initiative advantage, I was able to pull off the win. Zangetsu even managed to take out his Yachiru that came after, before unfortunately succumbing to Byakuya. And my Ulquiorra did his thing and managed to take out his Byakuya. For the second round, I was expecting a lot more difficulty. He managed to get his Aizen to fight my Ichigo, and Aizen's a top tier character in 1v1 battles, so my Ichigo was understandably defeated, although he was actually able to outperform my expectations. My Kenpachi to finish off his Aizen in the second round. Kenpachi went on a rampage at this point and managed to finish off his Yumichika. Even hurt his Kenpachi pretty well. Before his Kenpachi finished off mine. My Nemu, whose ability is to finish off weakened enemies, did her job nicely and won me that second round. The last round had my white Ichigo versus his Ichigo, and this was actually a great learning experience for me because I wanted to test who would win in a situation where they had similar power. And in this case, his Ichigo had the advantage in power and was had 3,000 more power at the time, and was able to pull off the win against my white Ichigo. And after white Ichigo fell and Ichigo came in, or my Aizen came in, his Ichigo managed to use up my Aizen's rage skill, making it more difficult to have to fight Urahara. But our Aizen was able to take out Urahara fairly easily once he got his rage skill back up. Sano's Yamamoto was actually fairly strong and put up a good fight against Aizen, but thankfully he finally fell against Aizen and won me the third round. Now on to the final match of the championships for the #1 spot. As mentioned in one of my other videos, Dreamless is typically the strongest player on my server, with me occasionally passing him up and keeping him on his toes. Our battles really boil down to initiative. Whichever one of us has the higher initiative would usually win our battles. On this day I had actually managed to pass him up slightly in initiative, so I was able to grab the advantage for the battle. For the first round, my Zangetsu, Aizen, and Yamamoto versus his Ikaku, Urahara, and Byakuya. Ikaku is an outstanding character in PvP, much like Nemu, but Zangetsu's rage skill helped shut him down, allowing me to get the advantage. Aizen, the top performer in 1v1 situations, was able to sweep the rest of the team and get me the win for the round. Now on to the second round. The White Ichigo versus his Grimmjow. Grimmjow seems practically made for this game mode, especially as a foil for Ulquiorra, but due to the short time since his release, not many people have been able to get him strong enough yet. Dreamless's Grimmjow is likely the strongest Grimmjow of our division, but despite his major attack power, he lacks defense. My Byakuya was able to take advantage of this lack of defense and take out his Grimmjow. Byakuya is also one of my strongest characters, so he managed to pull off a win against his Kenpachi as well, leaving things even in terms of numbers. Nemu performs exceedingly well in 1v1 situations, was able to finish off his Zangetsu, winning me the second round. And the second round was actually very important for me to win because the third and final round, Dreamless compiled the three of his strongest characters and was able to utterly wipe out my team with only the loss of his Aizen. But since I won the three battles, I was able to win the finals and become champion of the third cross-server tournament. The battle versus Dreamless was particularly tough, and thankfully I was able to have that initiative advantage in all of my battles. However, all hope is not lost when you don't have the initiative advantage. Choosing your characters wisely is more important than the initiative advantage. In situations where you might not have the initiative advantage, it's best to organize your characters so that your Dragon Soul characters go up against their non-Dragon Soul characters, allowing you to take the first major hit. And this is especially useful with Zangetsu, because by the second round, other souls typically start to have their rage skills pop up, so using a Zangetsu to reduce their rage for the second round will give you a major advantage. Well, I hope you all enjoyed my journey to becoming champion of the Division 4's third Kenpachi tournament. Let me know in the comments if there's any tips or advice you would like me to provide or future content to expand on. What's up, people? I go by Air, and this is going to be my channel for all things Bleach. Bleach is one of my favorite animes, and I enjoy playing different games that involve Bleach. I have a different approach I use to winning and getting stronger, so I wanted to share some with other players so that they could get stronger as well. Let me know in the comments or for each of my videos if you have anything you would like to see, and please drop a like and hit subscribe if you want more content.